Hi, it's Gina. I'm here with Queer Eyes Tan France, and we're going to have a conversation about representation on telly. Do you remember the first time you ever saw yourself represented on British television?
It was not when I was younger, it was just a little bit younger. 2018, it was when I represented myself. There was nobody else when I was younger that represented people like me. I never saw a gay Asian on TV before. We were not the romantic interest. We were not the lead. We were not the person who was seen as desirable. We were not the person who was seen as the person everybody wanted to get. That wasn't our role.
Did you feel a certain pressure knowing that you were stepping into this role for people?
Yeah, it's the reason why I at first didn't think I wanted to audition for the show. My husband was actually the one who convinced me. He said, "You've been talking about this for many, many years, that you have never seen a version of you on screen before, and now this opportunity has presented itself and you're choosing to turn it down. You get to be that version of the person you so desperately craved as a child."
Why do you think it's important to have representation on screen?
Not seeing a version of myself on TV meant that I wasn't, we weren't normal, my people weren't normalized. I felt like I was alone. I felt like the life I was living wasn't appropriate, that it could be judged. When you see representation in the media of those minority groups, it means it's somewhat normalized. People are starting to understand not just the stereotype, not just the caricature of that person. What they truly represent, they're seen as humans, they're seen as real people. And so that's what I think representation means, that's what representation brings to a community.
Yeah.
It's the sense of normalcy, the sense that they do belong.
How far do you think that the entertainment industry has come in terms of representation from when you were a kid in the UK?
It's come a relatively long way.
Right.
You will see more often a slightly better mix of ethnicities on TV, or people who are gay or people who are trans, so a broader range of representation, but I still don't feel like it's where it needs to be. As I said, I'm still one of the very first to do this, and it's not like I'm some obscure race here in the UK. There's a huge percentage of the population here in the UK that is Pakistani. There is a huge population within that of Asians in general who are also gay,
Right.
yet that is not represented on TV. So yes, we've come a long way in certain areas. It's nowhere where it needs to be still.
How often do you have this kind of conversation? Is it something that, do you get fatigue sometimes having to
No.
chat about it? No. Okay.
No.
How come?
Because I know why I took this job on Queer Eye. I wanted to do a cute makeover, don't get me wrong, it's really fun to play with clothes. However, I had an agenda when I took this job. I wanted to be seen, I wanted people to see me. I wanted somebody to have the balls to say, you are different and you don't belong on TV because you're different. No, I need you to see me for everything I am. And so if it means that people have to hear this conversation over and over again and they are sick of it, I don't care if you're sick of this conversation. You need to hear it. If you're sick of this conversation, you're the person who needs to hear this.